Let's go, man. The time has finally come. As I look at this first page, HOUJI versus Tatara, man. This honestly is one of those long-awaited moments since part one, and to finally know that we're going to witness it, I was a little bit apprehensive. I'm not gonna lie. I was slightly scared that seeing Sato at the end of the last chapter strangling Akira, and I swear to fucking God, Shida, if you kill off Akira like that. And here's the thing. With what transpired, there's only really two ways it can go in my mind. Either somebody swooped in, sliced off the man's arm, and saved Akira, or he crushed her throat. I think it kind of teeters on the line of me calling bullshit at that point. I mean, realistically, we've been waiting for the prime opportunity for Amon to insert himself yet again. That would, in fact, be it. But there's something slightly, it diminishes the impact for me a little bit to have Amon swoop in and save Akira like that, but it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. I don't even give a fuck. I mean, I think I would prefer it if the man was confirmed to have been making the movements that I predicted that he's making anyway, as far as Marta and Yoshitoki, but we'll see nonetheless. I'm just curious as to if that's taking place simultaneously to this battle going on at the same time. So we'll see. But let's dive straight into it. Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 88, titled Blast, which the smoldering embers of an age-old hatred will never die out. Yo, let's go, man. HOUJI, I am very happy. Everything ends today. My chagrin towards my older brother, my hatred towards you, and Aokirichi. This shit is about to be fun. This shit is about to be crazy. I'm hyped. I'm excited because I've been waiting for the days. Not even so much on HOUJI's end. I just want to see Tatara go in. And it's curious. I feel like this has to. Yeah, you can see. All right. So you see Akira back there. So this is prior. We're going back a little bit timeline wise to the event we saw at the end of the last chapter. So I'm curious to see how things break down, which that automatically confirms then that Sato inserts himself into this, which I predicted from the beginning anyway. But I hope that this fight goes hard then, especially if he has his full forces going up against him. Man, yes, everything will end. You will die here. You know, I really do hate you. Let's go, man. I don't even, yo. The man, are you telling me he's full Kakuja? My eyes. Yo. Look at that mask forming. It looks so twisted, especially the way it kind of plays off the mask that he was already wearing. The multiple eyes on deck, yo, is some twisted shit. Yeah, look at these fodder shitting their pants, man. You best believe Tatara's not playing games out here. This is what I've been waiting to see. Looks just like him. Yo, what is this, man? Like your brother, HOUJI. Wait, yo. Is that part of the mask as well, or is he breathing flames? Like, what the fuck is this? And it's a full Kakuja, completely enveloping your body. The thing about Tatara is we don't even know what type of Kagune he possesses. I mean, we can speculate. The way this is kind of branching off the back, and even this must be. I don't even know what they're trying to do here with this, man. This is some crazy shit. It looks like this tail portion is flames as well. I don't think it's a Bigaku though, or an evolution of that, especially with he has these two fucking arms branching behind his actual ones, which are coated in the hardened RC cells. Dude, that's fucking on some crazy Shiva Asura shit with 4 arms. I see that kind of makes me believe that this Kagune is rooted in a Kokaku, and his Kagune is in fact a Kokaku, just because of these. Yo, they're gigantic. They look like massive fucking gauntlets, slash hammers. It's crazy. Meanwhile, he has the robe at waist length. I'm sorry, I have to study this, man, because it's been a while since we've gotten a new Kakaja, you know what I'm saying? And this shit looks fucking twisted. Like, even the head of it, and his you can't even see his face. I don't know if this is part of the Kakaja or not, but it looks like fire emanating from where his face is supposed to be. Is that like a tongue? Like, what kind of crazy shit is this? It's on, yeah, this design is savage as shit. I'm not even gonna lie. This is on some crazy next level video game shit. Yo, all right, nah. So that's scary as fuck. HOUJI, that hammer. Did they evade? Yeah, it doesn't look like he got much of anyone. Nah, never mind. See, this is the kind of panel that you need the high quality scans for, because to me these look like, yeah, nah. He just ripped apart like half of the squad with that first blow. If they weren't there, like look at them, they're dismembered and shit. And then encroaches the whole yo, it's so fucking menacing. And he's blinded by his rage for HOUJI. See, for somebody who's been so cold and tactical this whole time, to see him like this in almost like a berserker mode, which is kind of what this design seems like, something that you would see maybe out of Berserk, Dark Souls, maybe a dash of some other video games, like put some Persona-esque elements to it. It's some crazy shit. It is dope though. All Lukaku troops, fire. And it looks like it's heavily armored. Like, I don't think you're breaking through that. Wait. It's actually fucking flames, dude. This man just did some flamethrower shit out of his. Yo, wait. It's too bright out here, man. It's too bright. This man's on his Escanor status right now. I can't see with all this fire. This man is emulating people. Yo, oh my god. I didn't even know this was possible. I take back everything about Kaneki Dragon Kakaja now, because this is the closest thing we've seen to that with this flamethrower ability. He's torching them, dude. Look at this man burning to a crisp. It's crispy as singeing people's faces off. That's insane, man. That's actually insane. The emissions from high-density Kagune can create a searing pyroblast that exceeds temperatures of 4,000 degrees Celsius. Excuse me? A tongue of flame, huh? And this is just narration. Because for a second there, I thought Akira was saying that. I was like, you guys knew this of this all along? This is some normal shit. 4,000 degrees Celsius? How are people not fucking melting from just being in the vicinity of the flames? They don't even need to touch you. Oh, yo, this is crazy. A tongue of flame, huh? Is that really how it works? Like, how I want to think about how biologically this works in terms of ghoul biology. Like, it says a high density Kagune. So it requires this high concentration of RC cells. What if anything is the most similar thing that we've seen to this? Aside from like Ukaku Blast taking on like lightning properties. Dude, that's fucking crazy. So high density RC cells. If he's able to concentrate that and mold it into flames. And it seems like he probably wouldn't be able to do this without the Kakaja for sure. because that would lead into questions as to what it would have me questioning the Kagune. I still think it's a Kokaku though. I still think he's a Kokaku type. I know for a fact that Tatara's has never been confirmed though, whereas we know for sure that Nora's was a Bikaku. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but let me not get caught up in this. So the wood fueling these flames is his desire for revenge against me. The man seems awfully calm, although he did say just like his brother. So I'm guessing that his name Yan had the same flame abilities. The strength of these flames. You can't even see the man's visage anymore. And the design with the mask now too, it's almost something like mirroring something out of Final Fantasy to an extent as well. It's just the dark kind of twisted air to it. Yo. And it kind of at first glance when you look at this panel, it kind of reminds me of Kurogiri, but nah, he's like roaring out flames. If they have density to them too, and they're like connected to, I'm done. I'll think about this later. Is but the strength of these flames is but the strength of his feelings for his brother. And the flames of his hatred will burn till vengeance is achieved. Son, I'm sorry, you're all fodder in the man's path at this point. Goddess. With the Fueguchi Quinque, dude. That's probably, the fact that can withstand the flames as well. Because 4,000 degrees Celsius, I don't think people are comprehending how fucking hot that really is. Shit should just be melting. Just from being in this vicinity right here, Akira should be melting away. But the thing about it, I don't even see much sweat on her. That's some oversight. On Ishida's part, I would say. I mean, unless you're really trying to build. Actually, no. I take it back. Ishida doesn't miss a step with anything. That must really just speak to the fortification of the Fueguchi Quinque. That's the only way I can see it. Those who don't think they can evade his attack retreat behind me for now. We'll hold out until we see an opening in his movements. And yet, man's just screaming out HOUJI repeatedly at this point. He's gone straight berserk mode. Does he have any? I mean, the fact that he's not thinking tactically like he normally would, and that's what I expected to see Tatara doing in this combat. I mean, I understand that his thirst for vengeance against HOUJI is that powerful, but this is not. I didn't think he'd be blinded by it. But it seems like with this Kakugen, how fortified it is, even if they were to get inside, I doubt they'd be able to pierce through it. Yo, HOUJI, man, let's go. Let's see what you can really do, though, because now is the time. This is something that I would place on the likes of the Papa himself, of God Arima, or even I would be more inclined to believe that Kuri could take care of this. Of course, Kaneki, but I mean this Juso as well with the new Arata Joker. I could see that being a beast clash, but this is the man's moment right here. And what does he whip out? A fucking A+ Kokaku Itsu. I mean, it's dual bladed, so he must have some sort of strategy with it. Probably trying to overwhelm him with speed. He does. I am sure of it. Worry not. As long as he and it's true, he did take out his older brother who massacred upwards of 30 associate special class and 15 special class investigators. Look at that dog, dude. Just moving through the flames like an OG, dude. OG is a boss, son. Let's go. And to this point, we've never really seen the man engage in close combat. He's always used long-range Ukaku type Quinque. So to see this right now, yeah, that's dope. Die. That roll. Let's go. Excessively passionate emotions rob one of their. That's what I'm saying, dude. Rob one of their objectivity. That big swing you inherited from your big brother will never hit me. Hoji. So now, all right. Now I think here's the thing though. Tatara's still fucking savage. I think that him being blinded by his rage though is a problem. Granted, he's Kakaja form right now, so I mean, it's very rare that we see people maintain their calm and cool mentality in that state. Aside from Eto, for the 2.5 years I spent in China, I spent fighting him. Akira Chishe now, the last remnant of the Chishi line. All right, now that's what I'm talking about. So is this made off of his brother Tatara? This is, yo, it looks fucking beast. Kokaku double S. Yo, so for me that seals it then. Kokaku double S Chishe, which I'm guessing is made off of, based off his brother Yan. And the fact that if he's comparing their Kakuja, and every element about them physically and combat wise, then that to me confirms that Tatara is in fact a Kokaku type. You no longer need immolate yourself in the flames of your hatred. Dude, is she this flame shit heavy? Now I even understand the chapter title, and those beginning lines, the embers of hatred. Yo, this is real right now. And that visage right here, dude. Some Diablo shit. No, Sato, what are you doing, man? Why? I wanted that clash to finish itself. This man, dude, is coming in here with that, yo. Oh my god. And he doesn't seem to be doing anything then forcing Tatara's flames to move to a different path, obstructing the clash in its entirety. Watch this man make this his opportunity. An interloper who's looking to jam. What does this say? Next issue. Chaotic battlefield. All right. Let's think about this. Let's think about this chapter right now. I'm gonna take the next 10 to 15 to kind of think about this chapter right now, because if we know that things end up with the man strangling Akira, at that point, and the calm that both Matsuri gave to Urie and that Juzo squad received in moving for assistance and them being unsure of HOUJI squad status, which we know that Tatara single-handedly massacred the majority of them, aside from the ones Akira was able to save. HOUJI's a boss, I'm not gonna lie. The man went in. It's a damn shame that the final clash between them is obstructed by this fiend Pineapple Kun out here looking for some heads, I'm guessing. I don't know. I think that there's a good chance that this man just goes crazy and kills everyone. And then we get to see, I knew he would appear here simply because HOUJI and Akira were here. His former mentor and his biggest rival / one of his true Nakama alongside Amon. I think, and that's exactly why, since Amon did not insert himself in Cochlea with the Donato play, on top of that, the fact that Kuro's en route, and I wholeheartedly believe he's the one that scooped up Marde and killed off Yoshitoki. But he's here regardless, and this would be the prime moment for him to interact with this as well and have that reunion between all four of them, especially the three of them in Akira, Amon, and Sato. But what happens with HOUJI and Tatara then? The man is averting his blast right here. Doesn't look like he harms him in any way, although I don't know what he's doing with that raised hand. He just lands on top of him, forces his head down. The flames move to the side. HOUJI doesn't even look that alerted. The man's eyes are closed for what reason, I don't know. Probably just the flames itself. 4,000 fucking degrees Celsius, man. This is no joke. This is no fucking joke. But I could easily see Sato killing off Tatara, which that's gonna be somewhat anticlimactic for me. I really wanted things to be settled between them. But seeing how savage Tatara really is, honestly, if he could maintain his composure with that Kakaja, he'd be an absolute god. He truly would be. It's the fact that he succumbed to just that one track mindset of HOUJI, I must destroy HOUJI, consumed by his vengeance, which, as HOUJI put it, I don't know if that's technically how it works, but his rage and hatred is bolstering the power of his flames. But even then, without him being the clear-headed Tatara that we've seen, the cold and calculating man that we've seen up to this point, which is how I thought the fight would break down. I never expected him to have a Kakaja of this magnitude. It's one of the craziest Kakaja we've seen in the series, barring Eto and then Kaneki's new developments, which we still haven't seen. See, this is the first full Kakaja we've seen since Eto, really, because and Arata as well. But I mean, we never really seen Arata go in outside of his legacy and the Arato prototypes and new suits. So this is fucking beast, dude. I'm in love with Tatara's fucking Kakaja, dude. It's fucking crazy. I don't know why I was taken aback by it first, because it makes sense to a degree, especially with the variations of Ukaku Blast that we've seen throughout the series. Leads me to believe there has to be even more applications for the other three types outside that. And if this is in fact a Kokaku, how it develops in age, it must just be a unique trait to the Chishin land, unless he has some sort of chimera affinity and his two types, and that is the combination of that's able to produce this. Like, part of it reminds me somewhat, like, especially with the mask and the lower portions of it, of broken Berserker armor, but it's fucking savage. But I want to hear everybody's thoughts in the chat, so I'm gonna look over here now. All I know is that things will evolve to the point. I don't know if Sato will be the one to kill HOUJI. Then I really wanted things to be resolved between Tatara and HOUJI, just amongst themselves, and it was too good to be true. And what happened to Shikore? What happened to or Rio? However you wanna spin it. Because I don't think there's anybody that doesn't believe that Shikore is Rio, aka Jail. I mean, I know there's people that still haven't played that, but you should at the very least know the events of Tokyo Ghoul Jail at this point. But I remember the last time we saw Shikore, they were together. He was with Sato. So I wonder if potentially he'll make appearance as well, if they're ducking out. I mean, I feel like there's going to be some substance to the remnants of Algiri, especially with Sato. I don't think Sato will go out here unless Amon really does appear and he's more savage than the man, which if he took out Yoshitoki, I would imagine so. But I don't know if he would kill him. It really depends on what his mentality is on. And that's something we really got to consider, what's happened with Amon's character at this point. But with that, let me get into the chat. I'm done trying to ponder it. Want to know more about Hakutori? Dude, where's Hakutori at, man? I would imagine her coming in here, her being Tatara's subordinate as well. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some survivors of this whole operation as far as Agiri's side. Sato stopped them from killing each other, or did he save HOUJI? I mean, if that's how his mindset is working, see, I don't believe in that. It really depends on where he is mentally, how broken he is, what he truly wants in his heart. I mean, we even saw tears streaming down his face when he was choking out Akira. So it really depends, man. It really fucking depends on what his mentality has come to at this point and what he truly wants. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Sato made a move in service of trying to protect HOUJI and Akira, but I don't think that's what it is, man. I think the man is just here for some fun and games, to toy around with the people that he probably bears some sort of ill will and hatred to, for discarding him. Tatara, I believe, is the one. At first, I thought, Nahi, but no, Tatara's the one that was revealed that tortured Sato, and alongside Eto's experimentation, turned him into this new owl. So I don't know. Do you think the old man is the final boss? What old man? Tsuneyoshi? I mean, I think there's a heavy possibility that Tsuneyoshi was the OG one-eyed king. If I mean, I've already discussed my theories about this to a good portion of throughout a good portion of the last couple of LRs. I believe we're going to the underground as far as Zero Squad, Kaneki, and Eto and the rest of the crew are concerned. I believe we're going to see some things in the underground, and whether the one-eyed king of legend from 100 years ago that Eto spoke of, which I do not believe that was just bullshit being spewed. I believe that there was genuinely an individual vaunted as the one-eyed king a century prior to the beginning of the series. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Tsuneyoshi. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Tsuneyoshi and he was still alive, and over the course of all these years, he's an absolute fiend, especially with the revelations. But at the same time, I kind of like the idea of that existence being an unknown in the underground, and us getting to parlay with him, or at least somebody who knew that individual in the underground. But I don't think Donato is final boss material. My rationalization for the lightning fire theme Kagune is Biority produces heat and electrical impulses in normal functions. If someone starts earth bending, then I'll draw the line. Yo, I feel you on that. 100%. Especially, if you consider, like, I never found it to be a problem with Ukaku projectiles, because the thing about it, if you consider just the projectiles being concentrated high densities of RC cells, you can take into account to that those kind of sense of bodily functions, natural heat, etc., high concentrations of it, and thermodynamics being able to transform that into lightning. It's kind of the same shift from, and since you brought up earthbending, I'll go back to Avatar, but it's kind of the same shift from firebending to using lightning techniques as well. So I was never really surprised by the lightning thing. If you look at Narukami, if you look at what Renji was able to do when he was going in, that's not saying. If you look at higher mind, things like that, that there's abilities and different variations, especially with all we've learned in Re, from detachable Kagune, seeing more chimera ghouls, etc., even the unique quality to Eto and what she was able to do with the what I'll call the neuro detachment. There's so many variations that I'm not surprised by Tatara's flames. What makes me think it's fucking crazy is that it's 4,000 degrees Celsius, not even Fahrenheit, Celsius. This shit should be melting everything in the near vicinity just with one torch. That's it. So it's ridiculous to me. The only remaining one from the King Jack and Joker, it'll be about Ken's wife, Uinami, of course. Kind of keep it. It's an interesting way to look at it, Zara. It's an interesting way to look at it. That's all I'll say. I'm willing to bet that we'll get water. Nah. See, Ishida is masterful, man. I don't think 4,000 degrees shit just seems like that's the peak level flame. Level flames probably has the probability to get. True, I didn't think about it that way. That makes more sense to me then. Yeah, I doubt that it is in fact, just his regular blast that he was shooting at. If those first blasts that he was shooting at were clocked in and were at a temperature of 4,000 degrees Celsius, it should have been melting everything. So maybe at his peak, like you're saying, it can become this incredibly. I don't even know if he's fortified enough to withstand it himself. Probably, but that's probably the peak levels of it. But I don't know if we'll be able to see any more of it if there's nobody else that has that kind of inclination. If there's no more survivors of Chishin-Len. And no, Rise is not dead, Zara. I don't know what you're talking about. Rise is very much alive. And Rise is going to have a huge role to play in terms of endgame with V. Let me see what else I missed up here. Yeah, unfortunately, see, and that's another reason that I cite for the underground, even if it's just a brief glimpse into the underground, just, finding out about the Dwarf clan, Triple Blade, Mises clan, and everything like that. the how vaunted and how built up it was in part 1 from Eto coming from there to, you know, the whack-a-mole missions. There's so much there, and especially them being underground right now in 22nd Ward beneath Cochlea, just a hop, skip, and a jump to get to the underground passages and see the true Ghoul society, especially with Kaneki taking on this moniker and becoming the One-Eyed King. And this whole dynamic between ghouls and humanity, the times beginning to change with ghoul sympathizers. I think now's the perfect time to kind of give us a glimpse into that community. I hope it has like a vibe similar to that of Blame or Blam, however you fucking pronounce it. I like calling it Blame, but the greatest Nihei work of all time. I hope it has that air to it when we get into the underground. Oh, you were talking about Eto. See, until I see for sure that Eto is dead, I think symbolically and in terms of the weight of the series, she needs to die here. I've come to terms with it weeks ago at this point, and I think it makes the most sense. But there is the possibility that Kaneki had a couple Zero Squad members get her out of there, and with her regenerative prowess, I could see it going down that way. But we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna hold on to it until I'm confirmed otherwise. And from what I understand, it's actually supposed to be pronounced like this, but I've never once called it that, so I don't really care. It's like literally supposed to be pronounced like that, but I'm not calling it that, dude. I like Blame. King must have many queens. What is this raving about kings and queens, man? You guys gotta chill out. What if Kaneki has tentacle mouths to breathe fire in the future? I mean, see, the flame thing shouldn't be something that can be extended, though. That's my thing. Like, especially like if you look at the connection between Narukami and Renji using like pseudo lightning Ukaku projectiles, they're brother and sister. That makes sense to me. That connection. The same thing with, you know, this kind of connection between Yan and Tatara. It should be that way. I don't think that individual, unless Kaneki consumes that individual or something like that, unless you're a Kakuja forged from eating said ghoul with said ability, I wouldn't like to see it kind of branch out like that. I don't know if I like that. See, the Scarecrow theories are in a really volatile place at this point. Some people still see. Here's the thing. Most people, like, whenever I bring up the fact that Hide's alive, most people will be like, "Yo, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Hide's dead." No, I think Hide's alive. It depends on how he's reinserted into the series. I think there's a possibility he could be Scarecrow. That's one that I like to throw out there as far as Scarecrow is concerned. Ever since Banjo was revealed not to be Scarecrow, it's become kind of up in the air, especially with the physique of Scarecrow. But it's definitely coming. It's definitely the revelation of Scarecrow, and that's definitely a plot point that needs to be addressed. Even just what's going on with Rue. We still have a couple of things we need to close out. So I'm not gonna discount that in the slightest. What was it that I wanted to say about Scarecrow? Fuck it, I forgot. But as far as Hide goes, I wouldn't be surprised if the man is in league with Amon to an extent, and yet he had him scoop up Marde. But that depends on what light you want to see the man in. If you want to believe in the shade surrounding him, which to an extent I do, but he's my boy. He always will be, no matter if he's dead, alive, evil, completely good. It doesn't matter to me. Hide is Hide, and I fucking love him. He could be revealed to be one of the most insane characters in the series. I don't give a fuck. I'd still love him, man. Especially if he was bred, but Tatara means furnace. Was this always a known thing? I'm surprised nobody guessed that this would be a possibility at that point. Then, see if they've updated his page on the wiki, because, yeah, they have. They still mark it as unlisted as far as his Kagune type. I 100% believe it's either a Chimera or it's a Kokaku. It has to be one or the other. So, I like the idea of Kaneki feeding some of himself to Etta to try and heal her. As gross as that sounds, she could then go through a metamorphoric death and maybe be less brutal as a character. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I mean, I think if Etta were to eat, she would be able to regen. I don't see why she wouldn't be able to. I think she wants to die to a certain extent, having felt as though the end game is completed and mirroring the whole venture between her and Arima. I think symbolically it makes sense for her to die here, but I don't want to see that. But yeah, guys, definitely want to think more about Tatara's physiology and this kind of Kagune, but that's neither here nor there right now. I'm gonna get up out of here. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll catch you guys later. I got a bunch of other stuff that we got to do today, so we're gonna get right into that. But as always, we had to do TG first because it's fucking life, man. So let me know your thoughts on the chapter. Hit that subscribe button for more Tokyo Ghoul content if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.